Most people think that they should not round their back when bending over to pick something up off the floor. And this isn't necessarily true when picking up little to no weight, unless you're dealing with a serious injury. But the way in which you choose to round your back to then pick that thing up off the floor can make a significant difference in where those forces are directed and how they affect your body. In this example, there's two people bending over to pick something up off the floor, but there is a key difference between these two. In this first example, this person has no posterior weight shift, meaning that their pelvis is staying in the same position. This person over here does have a posterior weight shift, meaning that they're able to shift their pelvis backwards, and this actually helps them take stress off the back for a couple of reasons. Number one, in this example, the person is actually lengthening their glutes to allow them to assist with picking up said object off the floor. While this person does not really shift into those glutes, they're not getting any length there, it's going to make it a heck of a lot harder to pick up that object. Additionally, this person's center of mass is actually shifted backwards, meaning the distance between their center of mass and where their low back muscles are is actually shorter in comparison to this person. And this is a physics lever arm thing, meaning this is actually just mechanically much harder to pick up off the floor than this one, even if it's the same amount of weight, just by the proportions of where their center of mass is. So rounding your back is not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be very helpful to have that posterior weight shift to offload some of that stress from the low back. A really good way to work on this is by doing an efficient hip hinge or a deadlift. However, when you do that hip hinge in real life, there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of lumbar flexion, rounding out the spine, assuming it's a light to moderate weight at most, you're going to be totally okay. But it's important to do that hip shift backwards if you want to offload some of that stress to the lower back.